Do you want good quality tools without having to pay a fortune and have a lifetime warranty? Nuts and bolts with Tony here, guys. Have you guys ever heard of Sunex Tools? Sunex Tools is a great tool company with a huge selection and, most importantly, a lifetime warranty. Little side note, a lot cheaper than Snap-on and just as good. They last just as long and they warranty just the same. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through some fantastic tools from Sunex Tools and show you some of the amazing prices that they have. But before we do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, you get notified of all my future content, which you definitely don't want to miss. Now let's get going.
So I'll show that in a little bit. So next up we have right here the tool carts. Now this is to show you the orange and the green. These carts are awesome. So I had one of these carts here before. I had a light gray one. It doesn't have these black bumpers on there and the lock is different. And the drawers, they don't have the Snap-on Epic type lock where you lift up the handle. All you do is lift up the handle like this and it pushes the lever down, drawers open. When you close the drawer, it locks them in place. So my old cart was kind of a pain because when I would have to roll it around, I would have to flip the lock lever in the back to keep the drawers from opening. Or if I was on an unlevel surface, they would just slide open. So I've got some videos on this orange cart right here, fully loaded to the gills, and I have a really cool side tray that I have made for my tool cart, and you should go check it out. That thing is pretty darn awesome. So let's look up the specs of this cart. So this cart here, it holds 600 pounds. It is almost 40 inches wide, 21 and a half inches deep, and about 40 inches tall. Has 4 fully swiveling casters so you can roll it in and out of anywhere. It's got a hinged lid with gas shocks. Really awesome. And here was just one place I found it. This one was $845. So if you shop around, you can find the best price of the cart. So when I bought my gray cart years ago, there were some places that were selling it for $1,000, some places that were selling it for $1,500. I ended up finding it for like, I want to say it was less than $800 with freight and everything. So if you're patient, you can shop around and you can find the best place to get it from. But I tell you what, this Sunex Tools cart is my favorite. Let's get going. All right, let's get into it. So Sunex Tools has a whole bunch of brand new tools that are new to this year, and we'll just go ahead and skip right through here and just kind of get an idea of what they got going on.
Check out this Mac Daddy. This is the 2-ton off-road jack. And not only does it come with a pad here, but it comes with a giant Allen. You've got this adapter. Pull this pin. Take this center out, put this up here, tighten down your Allen, just snug it up, then you put this on there, and you have all of this travel as well. Look at that. Imagine you're working on a Super Duty that's got a big giant lift on it. Now you can actually get to it right there. It's got a lock lever and it's got a handle to carry it. This thing is 2 tons of lifting power. And I mean, look at these off-road wheels. Not getting stopped by a zip tie on those things.
They have multiple jacks that are available. 3-ton aluminum jack. And if you look at the height and everything, when I was comparing jacks, the height of some of the jacks and how low it goes, oh man, they're beast mode. You're gonna get a really good jack. And it's a smaller one, 3-ton floor jack, a little bit different design. Then we got another low profile jack. This one's a 3-ton. Then moving on to, now if you work on Teslas, they have a pad right here that you have to jack from. And so they got these special pads that go in your jack and to lift up a Tesla so you don't damage anything. Next up, got a little palm sander. A needle scaler. Now, this is a tool I don't have, and it's on my short list of tools to get because, as you can see right here, they're just hitting up this piece of metal with that has rust on it. And some of the videos, some of the trucks that I deal with are covered in rust and dirt and everything else. And these needle scalers, they really just knock all that crap off of there a lot easier than you can with a hammer, a screwdriver, or whatever. So, pretty nice. Now, I have this blowgun kit right here, and this thing is awesome. It works great. We've got this little tiny tip right here for if you can dial it in. It's adjustable, and this is for hitting up very small areas. And then we got two long tips right here, and it comes in a nice foam case in a box. Really nice. You can see right here they're using it over here to blow water off of the paint. So really good, high volume blowgun. And we got an air body saw. Now, I don't have a good air body saw. I have one that I bought at Harbor Freight a long time ago. And I don't use it a lot, but a lot of times I had to use it because I had to do brake and lamps in California. And on a lamp inspection means that all your lights have to be installed. They all have to work. And if your vehicle gets totaled, then your vehicle is salvaged. And in California, you can buy that vehicle back. However, you have to have a brake and lamp and smog to get it registered. And to do that, sometimes the bumpers are pretty mangled. And so what I've had to do is cut bumpers, cut like the top of the bumper off so the taillight assembly would fit because they didn't care what it looked like. They just needed the taillight assembly in, and they didn't want to fix it. They just needed the light in. So I may look into this, but my Harbor Freight one is what I have. This little plastic section right here, almost as soon as I got it, this little screw just fell out. The threads were damaged, and this little piece just falls down. So kind of a pain in the butt. The mag pad. Now, this thing is awesome. I love this. I've got one at home, got one at work, use it all the time. You can see all the tools that are attached here. Sometimes I stick it to the lift arm. Sometimes I stick it to the side of the lift, depending on what I'm working on. We got a nice bit set here. It's got hex, Torx, Phillips, flathead. This is a nice set here. I have this at work as well. And with Sunex Tools, all these hand tools, you got a lifetime warranty. So, and these wrenches are awesome right here. I have these wrenches here. I moved out my old wrenches and I put the Sunex Tools in my cart, or in my toolbox actually. So they come in a nice foam tray. I take them out of the foam tray because I use Toolbox Widget, and they're all lined up. I have a video of how that wrench drawer went, and with these Sunex Tools wrenches in there. Nice little protective. Now this is awesome. I'll show this in a little bit. They got 3 different pull jacks. This little short guy here is awesome if you work on lifted trucks and you're doing any sort of suspension work. So I was working on a lifted truck and I was replacing a control arm or something, a shock, a strut, something I can't remember. And I would have had to lift the vehicle up way high to fit a normal pull jack in there. But because this thing was lifted, I think it was a Ford. I think it was an IWE I was replacing in a lifted Ford, and this short pull jack here came in handy, let me tell you. Move on. Now, how did I get started with Sunex Tools? So a long time ago, I did not have any impact wobble sockets, and I was trying to take a strut off. I was using an impact. Using an impact wobble universal, and I had a socket on there and an air gun, and I couldn't get the strut nut to break loose to come off. And my buddy pulls out a socket. I said, Henry, man, you got any ideas? And he grabs his impact wobble socket, throws it on there, and it zaps the nut off. So I learned about connections, universals to sockets, things like that. You lose torque and things just don't come apart. So I went on the Mack truck right away and said, all right, Paul, I'm ready to just bite the bullet. I'm ready to just invest in some impact wobble sockets. Let's get going. I want some 3/8 drive. And he told me, he said, Tone, I'm not going to sell you Mack Tools impact wobble sockets. I'm going to sell you Sunex Tools. The Sunex Tools are just as good. They work just as good. The prices are phenomenal. And here's the best part, lifetime warranty. All right. So that was a long time ago. That was oh my God, 9 years ago. And since then, I think maybe I've had to warranty about 6 sockets, and that's through multiple quarter, 3/8, half inch. I've only had to warranty maybe 6 in 9 or 10 years. It might have been longer. So that tells you right there that they work really good. So I'm going to go through a couple sets just to give you an idea of prices. So this is a half-inch drive set. Now I have this set at work. This is 13 pieces, 12 mil to 24 mil. $110. You cannot beat that price. That is awesome. Lifetime warranty. These things are great. Look at that. Now, the only thing that I have seen people complain about is this right here. So right here where it shows that there is where the Sunex Tools and the size and the part number is. It has a slight shoulder on there. So some people have said, like, if you go to Snap-on, they don't have a shoulder. But this set right here is probably going to be, I think I tried to look it up, what the price difference was. I was having a hard time comparing the two because Snap-on doesn't sell some of the sets. But a 6-piece quarter drive impact wobble socket set from Snap-on is $351 for quarter inch and 6 pieces. So you could imagine how much this 13-piece set would cost from Snap-on. So I have personally never had where this shoulder got in the way of anything I was trying to do. So that right there, 13-piece, half-inch drive, 24 mil. I will link a lot of these sets down below because I have most of these sets. Now this is, I couldn't find this one on Amazon, but I also have this set right here, 3-piece, 13-piece, 3H drive, impact wobble socket set. And this one goes from 7 mil to 19. I'm pretty sure I have a bigger set. I thought my set went up to 22. I'm not sure. I'm not at work right now, so I can't see. But still, 13 pieces, $162, and this is not on Amazon, so it's going to be more expensive. Amazon is always going to be cheaper. This is from All Tire Supply. So right now, kind of tough too with the hurricane and everything else because there's all kinds of traffic backed up with shipping. So anyways, all right, back to Amazon, and now we're on to the quarter drive. So this is quarter drive, and this is a 12-piece set, 5 mil to 15 mil, and this is $97 for 12 pieces. And again, all the impact wobbles, they have this shoulder on there. And from what I've seen, most impact wobble sockets that are not Snap-on or they have that shoulder. So it's just something that Snap-on doesn't have. But like I said, it has never bothered me, and I've been using these sockets forever. I work on gas, diesel, it doesn't matter. I use them for everything. So you can see right there the design, really nice set. They work really good. Comes in a nice little set right here. I take all my stuff out and put it on rails on my cart or in my box. And $97 for 12 pieces. All right, now this set I have as well. This is a, let's see, this is a 10-piece set, 3H drive. I believe this one is 10 to 19. Yep, 10 to 19. And this is deep impact wobble.
Next set's going to be the 2658 deep metric half-inch drive impact wobble set. Again, lifetime warranty. This one goes up to a 19 milli and goes all the way down to 10 milli. Now this set is $133, and this is part number 2658. Now this set is the 3/4 inch drive 26-piece metric master 3/4 drive socket set. Now this is $552. Comes in a nice case. It's got latches on both sides and the bottom. And this set is going to go from a 19 all the way up
to a 50 millimeter.
Now that is one big socket. All 3/4 drive and lifetime warranty on this bad boy right here. Next up is 2851. Now this is the extra deep metric half-inch drive sockets. Now, if you've ever been doing anything like a fuel tank strap, I just had a Dodge Cummins that I was dropping the fuel tank on, and the bolt, the hanger was way too long. So I ended up having to put a socket on there and barely put my gun on. But I mean, look at that 18 milli right there. Just to give you an idea, this is a 1/2 inch drive deep, 24 millimeter. Look at how much deeper that is right there. Lifetime warranty on these guys, and they are also 6-point 1/2 inch drive. And these are $216 for the set.
There. And I have this set at work, and I love these needle nose pliers. So you've got the straight needle. Actually, this one's not straight. It's got like a tiny bit of a bend. And then this one is straight. This one is like a 45 degree, and this one is almost 90 degree. So, it shows it right here. So you got a straight, and you got the 20-degree offset. Now, I love that 20-degree offset. Let me tell you, I don't have any other pliers that has that 20-degree offset, and it is really nice, and it allows you to kind of the bottom right here. Sometimes I've had to grab onto a hose clamp with this little part that curves down, and it's been just enough to grab a hold of something that I couldn't get. So this looks like the normal price is $93.14 for this 4-piece 16-inch set, but Prime Day is $65. So awesome set. Now I have this little set right here. This is fantastic. This has got 38 pieces. We got 8-inch and 1/4-inch S2 bits. And let's see, this right here gives you an idea right here. It tells you all the parts. It's got Torx, hex, SL bits, PZ bits, PH bits. Not sure what all those are, but I have it over here in the toolbox. It comes with a mini ratchet, a little extension, and that's what it looks like right there. So pretty awesome. $22. Throw this in your car. This is a good set to have in your car for just little random stuff, and you're going to have a lot of things that this is going to cover. You got Torx, look like Torx Plus. We got Torx, flathead, got some Allens, Phillips. So there you go. $22. Now normally this is $26.34. It looks like. So really nice set, and that's fairly new. I think this came out like a year ago, maybe. Could be, I don't know, unless I got it like when it was old, but pretty sure when I got it, it was fairly new.
Now these are the wide mouth adjustable wrenches. Now these things are amazing. They come in 6, 8, 10, and 12 millimeter. You can look at, we have on one side, we have the standard size, and on the other side, we have metric to give you an idea where it needs to be. Now these wrenches, these go from 26, 27, 38, and 55 for this big boy right here. I mean, super soft comfort grip handle. Very nice adjustable. I mean, look at how wide this thing is. If you work on big stuff, you got these big crow's foots here. Goes from 1 1/16 all the way up to 2 inches. Then we have the metric ones, 24 milli, all the way up to 32 milli. Look at that.
Now these are awesome. Tools RS just showed these on his Instagram and TikTok. So I don't use T-handles or speed wrenches at all. I use a gun. I use a zapper for everything. And he uses these for building engines, for putting engines back together. And I never thought about that. So definitely going to be getting me a set of these. $55. Looks like it's normally $66. And this is a 1/4 drive and a 3/8. So it'll be nice because I've had those times where I'm building an engine and I've got 1/4 drive sockets and 3/8 drive sockets, and I'm constantly having to switch back between the two because what I use is my very small little screw gun, my Milwaukee screw gun for running stuff together. And, sometimes every once in a while you don't hold it right and you cross thread a bolt, and then you got to either try to fix the threads or you got to end up helicoiling it. So right here shows you, so that's the 3/8 drive, the 1/4 drive, and designed for 4 positions for great control. So anyways, yeah, these things look awesome. You can see it right there. $55, $66 actually, for a 2-piece set. Now let's get on to the shop equipment. Now, the Sunex Tools has some awesome shop equipment, and I just want to show that because, so we actually have this Sunex Tools jack in the shop, and this thing is awesome. We use it all the time. It's become our go-to, and man, it is awesome. So this is a 7793B. It's a half-ton telescopic transmission jack. This one here, I couldn't find it in stock on Amazon to be able to give you an idea of price, but more I'm just showing you the tool and what it can do. So it's 74 inches is the maximum lifting, and it looks like it is 27 by 14 by 39 inches. So really nice jack, and I love this jack right here. It's just awesome. Now here's another Sunex Tools jack. Now this one here is a half ton, and we got one here. Now this is an air and hydraulic. This is 1,000-pound telescopic transmission jack, and this one looks like it is 44 by 15 by 18 inches. And this is also uses air, so it'll zip it up a lot quicker and get it closer to where you need it to be with the air portion. So you're not sitting there pumping it from all the way to the bottom to all the way to the top, which sometimes, man, that can be just tiring. You have to take a break sometimes and switch feet. So that's what it looks like at its full height right there. It's got a nice arm here to kind of help position everything and swivel this thing around. So let's see, what other kind of pictures did they show here? So this shows maximum height on this one is 75 inches, and it's got adjustable little brackets, so you can, and it's got a chain, so you can chain the transmission down so you don't drop it. Heard a story of a guy who was putting a brand new Duramax transmission Allison transmission in a truck, put it on the jack, walked away, and the transmission fell and broke, and they had to buy a brand new one, the shop did, and they lost a lot of money. So, very expensive. So now, if you guys don't have one of these, let me tell you, you don't know what it's like taking down a fuel tank without one of these. So what this is you are going to take your transmission jack, and you are going to take off this top portion. It's going to just slide off of the transmission. And then you're going to slide this on. And what it does is these arms, they open up. Let me see if I can find it. So that shows you right there. So they expand, and you can flip the arms around. So the arms will be here, and you can flip them around so they sit out a wider position. So these are great for fuel tanks because, man, some fuel tanks are super, super long. And look at this right here. You can adjust the height of them. So in this picture right here, it shows you this fuel tank here, they had to support it in 2 different positions. So we have a jack that's specifically for fuel tanks, and we have a fuel tank adapter on there. And oh man, if you guys don't have one, oh man. Or the other benefit to this is that you can see right here, you can adjust the arms of these. So if you ever had a vehicle and it's up in the air, and then you bring your jack over and you jack up your jack, and then your fuel tank stops, your jack stops, and you're this far away from the fuel tank. So then you got to drop the car down. Well, a lot of times when you drop the car down, you're like trying to like work underneath it, banging your head because the car's too low. So this is really nice because if your jack isn't tall enough, you can extend these arms up, and you can reach a fuel tank and still leave that truck up in the air. So you're not hurting yourself trying to work on it. And that is $259 for that fuel tank adapter. Next up, now I talked about these earlier. So this is the short one. This is 8822. And then there is the next one, which is the tall one. And this one is 9259. And then there is the one with the pedestal. I've never used the pedestal thing. We've had a jack with the pedestal on there. I've never used one with the pedestal before. But anyways, so this is 125.22. So it provides 1-inch hands-free lift, allowing for micro adjustments while working. So there you go. So you can kind of put this under there, and you can wiggle your transmission, get your transmission to break free of the torque converter or of the clutch, and get it to slide out easier. So there you go. 88, 92, and 125. This one is my next one to get right here. I want to get a full-size one right there. So to go with my short one. So now this is nice right here. This is a Sunex Tools engine crane. Now I couldn't find this on Amazon to be able to give you a price, but this has got dual pump pistons. Let's see, it's 4.7-inch legs, which is nice because our cherry picker at work, it sits on full casters, and so it's pretty darn tall. And when you drop a truck down or a vehicle down to remove an engine, and you're hitting the control arms, and you have to lift the truck up quite a bit because the control arms are hanging down like this, and you got to clear the arms. That is a real pain in the butt. And so 4.7-inch legs, these casters are inside of the legs. So it's going to give you a much smaller, a much shorter height. And that's going to roll under the vehicle a lot easier. And it folds up, which I mean, most cherry pickers fold up nowadays. So you can see right there, it's got the dual pumpers. So it's going to jack it up really nice. We got multiple positions, so you can roll this thing all the way across. You can move the legs in and out. And we got a heavy duty swiveling hook right there. So that way you're not stuck. If you guys have ever used a cherry picker that didn't have a swiveling hook, and you've got your chain, and the chain is sitting a certain way, and you're trying to pull that engine out, but the picker is trying to push it this way. Oh man, what a pain in the butt.
Next up, we have the Sunex Tools engine stand. This is 1,000 pounds, 8300 GB. So we have the super heavy duty brackets right here to hold the engine. And my favorite part right here, no more trying to bar the engine over. You just turn this lever and it rotates around and it locks in place wherever you stop. And you can remove it and drop it down for easy storage. For storage, all you do is pull this bolt out, pull that bolt out. This flips down for easy storage. You're going to pull this pin out right here, and then the whole thing drops down just like that. You're going to put your pin in here, and then you can lift this thing up and store it up against the wall. Look at how beefy that is. 1,000 pounds. And the best thing of all, when you're working on an engine, nothing worse than trying to straddle this thing to not get oil and coolant all over the ground. Well, boom, right there, we got the drip pan for the engine stands. And this is an 8300DP. Look at that combination right there.
But one of the things that I like about Sunex also is that their catalog online is very simple to use. All right, so this is how simple the website is. The catalog is you're just going to click over here, and you can just scroll right through here, and we'll just look at Sunex Tools has some really awesome stuff that honestly I've never seen before. So I'm sure if you're an engine builder, you've seen these things before. But so if you rebuild engines, you got a small block Chevy, and it's a socket that goes on the front of your crank, and you got the key here that's going to go into this socket. You got a small block for Ford, Buick, Pontiac. You got a big block Chevy socket. We've got, we don't work on these anymore, but let's say you lost your 5.5 millimeter distributor module socket and you still work on old Fords. You're going to need this socket because a regular 5.5 millimeter socket does not fit in there. I still have mine. But anyways, you got universal oxygen sensor sockets, oil switch sockets. You got a whole bunch of different pinion shaft sockets and a lot of four-wheel drive sockets for all different sorts of four-wheel drive vehicles. All right, so here we got the half-inch drive limited clearance universal socket sets for drive lines. This is SAE, and then we also have a set of metric.
Now that you've seen this video, pretty sure you are going to be amazed at just how much Sunex Tools has to offer, the prices, and the warranty. It's fantastic. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it wherever you want to buy it. Lifetime warranty. There is no craziness about where did you buy it, did you buy it, whatever. It's warranted, no questions asked. So drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on Sunex Tools. Do you have any? Are you planning on getting any? I will link the tools down below, all the tools that I can, so you can easily just one-click shopping. And you too can have a bunch of Sunex tools like I do. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.